2 years after the incident at the utopian city Olympus, Dunan Nut and Briareos Hekatinches of the counterterrorism unit A SWAT rescue a group of European Union officials from cyborgs. The duo returns to Olympus, where Briareos is confined to hospital until he recovers. Dunan continues a SWAT work, meeting her new partner, Terius, who surprisingly resembles Briareos' human form. Dunan demands an explanation and is given the tour of the new Bioroid production facility. During the tour, Hatomi, a Bioroid that Dunan has befriended, is mentioned to now be a Minister of Political Affairs. Terius is actually a Bioroid, a prototype for a whole new production line of Bioroids to be soldiers without negative emotions to impact their judgment in fighting. As his physical and mental strength was found to be most desirable in a SWAT, Briareos' DNA was used mostly in Terius' design. Reluctantly, Dunan is partnered up with Terius to evaluate his performance. Dunan notices that many Olympus citizens are wearing connexes, a device on their ears which projects holographic data over the eyes. Dunan, Lance and Hatomi visit Briareos, still recovering in hospital. Here, Lance states that out of the last 5 terrorist incidents, 4 of them have been by groups composed solely of cyborgs, with transmitted signals from surrounding locations, thus suggesting that digitally vulnerable cyborgs are actually being manipulated to perform these acts. Because many of these cyborgs consist of parts made by Poseidon, a multinational industrial conglomerate. An emissary is sent to Prime Minister Athena. The emissary denies Poseidon blame, but Olympus still boycotts them, which Poseidon finds undesirable as other world powers may follow suit. Meanwhile, Hatomi hosts a birthday party, in which Dunan is happy to find Briareos attending now that he's fully recovered. Briareos meets Terius for the first time, which makes him uncomfortable, but the two accept each other. Briareos also accepts Dunan's new partnership with Terius and has found another partner, which upsets Dunan. She storms off, but is eventually joined by Terius, who displays many of Briareos' personality traits, which causes further confusion for Dunan. The next day, Athena and an assemblage of world leaders discuss making a global security network by merging all the satellites worldwide to prevent terrorist attacks. ESWAT and the Olympus police forces set up barricades around the conference hall. ESWAT personnel detect the broadcast of an unknown signal. Soon, a variety of vehicles and non-cybernetic humans begin to assault the conference, much to the confusion of ESWAT and the regular police. Even more strangely, at the same time, Iacus kills an engineer on board an ESWAT transport, declaring, "We will all be one. I am Halcyon," and destroys it to escape wearing his landmate. Briareos rushes to the explosion, and initially tries to stop Iacus but ends up killing him. As Dunan and Terius arrive, Terius uncovers the mysterious signal coming from robotic doves. Simultaneously, the unknown signal disappears, and the attackers collapse. A funeral is held sometime later for Iacus. At the same time all the satellites are joined, Briareos is nearly run down by an unmanned vehicle. He stops it but suddenly goes berserk and hacks into a public terminal, crashing the main satellite control, forcing Olympus to switch to a backup. Briareos is hospitalized, with the unknown signal ruled out as the cause of his outburst. Briareos gets suspicious of his cyborg doctor, Richard Kestner, who operated on him after his accident. He has Hatomi look up Kestner's files, learning that he once worked with Poseidon's Halcyon laboratories, but all records of his project are mysteriously erased. Briareos escapes and locates Kestner, who confesses that he is part of a plan to unify humanity by erasing individuality, to which he attributes the source of human conflict. He reveals that he secretly injected Briareos with nanites designed to take control of his body when his adrenaline is heated. Kestner commits suicide before the police arrive, making them think that Briareos killed him. Briareos escapes, but is cornered by Tereus. Dunan arrives with an antidote designed to suppress the nanites. The virus Kestner placed in the backup network takes control of the satellites and through these satellites, all people linked to the connexes, compelling them to riot against Olympus. Believing that Poseidon knows something about all this, Briareos, Tereus and Dunan track down a Poseidon convoy to learn about Halcyon. As they discover, Halcyon was once the leading scientific laboratory until they started mind control experiments. Poseidon stopped the project by killing lead researcher Elizabeth Zander in an accident. Poseidon assists the ESW-80 officers in infiltrating the fortress where the Halcyon signal is transmitting. Once they are in the control center, they discover that Zander was resurrected as a cyborg to control all those linked to the connexes. Dunan manages to briefly free her from Halcyon control with the last syringe of antidote. With little time before the virus retakes control, Zander frees the enthralled before she has Dunan kill her. The heroes then escape the collapsing fortress and return to Olympus.